What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box. It's Tokyo Xtreme Racer time, and we're starting from the very beginning. Because of course we are. It's brand new. And let's see here. Do we want to enjoy or do we want to challenge? Challenge it is, of course. Let's buy a car you love. Welcome to the world of Tokyo Xtreme Racer. In this world, you need to have your own machine to get started. On the dealer screen, you can purchase a machine using CP. What a great abbreviation. Do we want to be basic? Do we want to be whatever a Suzuki Swift gets you? Or the Mazda MX-5? Which one? I feel like the Suzuki's the choice. It's more exciting. Go with blue, why not? Of course, the greatest tradition, pick random license plates. Yep, I know how to play the game. Hopefully, maybe not. We'll get it figured out. It's been a while. This game came out in early access, and I went ahead and picked it up, turbo rushed through it, and then came back now for the full release. And I don't remember anything. It's great. Do know they've added a bunch of stuff that makes the game better, though. So. And turn the additional rules on for the overheating and all that stuff. And let's see. Hard tires, because you need them hard tires to last longer. Let's see here. Countless souls meander the night's circular route. The title of fastest, never fading, no matter how the times change. The roar of exhaust. Headlights slicing through the darkness. Accelerators pressed to their limits. Now, a new soul has appeared on the circular route. The soul, once a nobody, hey, that's me, awakens the moment it steps onto this stage. Alrighty, let the games begin. Is everything working here with this live stream, or do we got problems? Trying to. This is a brand new setup, so I'm trying to figure everything out, basically. So, and I see chat is disabled. Why is chat disabled? Alrighty, let me see what we can do here real quick. Why is chat disabled? Like, oh, Just a second here. I wonder if I can change it. I think I know. I think I know. Y'all are just sitting there laughing at me because you guys very clearly know what the problem is, and I don't. I clicked the wrong button. BRB. Alrighty, I think we're back. I apparently selected the wrong button in OBS, and I marked it as safe for kids, which this is not a kid-friendly stream. Anyways, we're back. Sorry, it's obviously been a while. It's been a hot minute. But there we go. I actually see that there's someone in chat, so we're making progress here. Okay, we got these yucky controls here. Right bumper for upshifts. What is that? Come on. Anyways, good to see ya. Jesse the Moons with the first bighorn of the chat. First of many, hopefully. Long live the bighorn. Anyways, Timid Challenger, you're screwed. Like, you're just a nobody. Imagine being this guy. He's not even good enough to be on Rolling Guy. He's literally just fodder for random dudes in a bone stock Suzuki Swift. Like, just instant kill. Win a battle in 30 seconds. Yeah. About CP and winning SP battles. Credits are needed to buy an upgraded card, so keep battling rivals to accumulate CP. There's a maximum limit to the amount you can hold because your wallet's only so big, yada yada yada. Your tires, you got durability. Your car's got overheating now. That's a feature that they added in the update a long while ago in early access, but like I said kind of at the beginning, this game came out in early access. Obviously, me being me, I made a beeline right to it. Was hyped as could be, and beat it all, and then put it down. Didn't pay any more attention, and said, "I'll wait patiently." Anyways, your first victory. While basking in the excitement and enjoying the night breeze at the parking area, a stranger appeared. A confident, strikingly poised, and lively woman. Good evening. Nice night, isn't it? Is this your first time on the Shuto Expressway? Well, not bad at all. Oh, I haven't introduced myself yet. Around here, I'm known as a prominent street racer. Because that's how street racers always introduce themselves. I'm a prominent street racer, just so you know. They call me Cinderella past midnight. I actually watched your battle earlier, when you beat that one guy that we just decide he has to be beaten by everybody. And it made me want to meet you in person. So I chased you all this way to this parking area. Creepy! You know, if the roles were reversed in this situation, this would be a problem. Your driving, to be honest, is still quite raw. But you have a certain sparkle others lack. I believe that battles between street racers are a form of communication. You'll meet many street racers here, through dozens, even hundreds of battles. Who will you meet? What will you feel? And how far can you go? Do you think it's thrilling? Why do we race? That's the question every street racer keeps deep in their heart. When you find that answer, I want you to hear it on the course, through a battle, of course. And when the time comes, I won't hold back. The woman, a street racer, Cinderella past midnight, said those words and turned to climb into her machine, a vibrant yellow car, even striking in the night, effortless slice through the Shuto Expressways and sped ahead. Why do I race? As you ask yourself that question, It almost feels like you can hear the breath of the demon that haunts the Shudo Expressway. New bad name. So if you're not familiar with Tokyo Xtreme Racer, basically it's the last 3 minutes of this stream. It's just, it makes no sense, and that's why it's great. And then they give you dumb names that are dumb, and it's just fun. All right, let's aim for the top in this world. The garage offers various features. Yes, we're going straight to the top with our bone stock Suzuki Swift. So for those of you guys out there, basically the game works. You run up on cars, you flash your high beams at them, and then you blow their doors off, and then you go up to the next guy and you do the same thing, and you do it again and again and again and again and again and again, like a couple hundred times, and then eventually you'll get a race against the gang leaders, they call them, and they're like the mini boss. Beat enough mini bosses, and then you get to beat the main boss, which will flip the tables and blow your doors clean off instantly. So. Yeah, if you're saying you're a prominent street racer, you probably aren't. Yeah, that's pretty accurate how that works. Alright, I guess we'll race this guy again, because he's here. We might as well take his money. Now he's like, oh hey, the cell repair is the long skinny one, I guess, isn't it? Robin's racing. Man, we took that kid's lunch money again. So I do plan on going through this whole game as a live stream. This is obviously something I've been looking forward to for a while, so. And hopefully, for those of you guys out there who are more the sim racing stuff, we'll come back to that. Maybe that'd be a future conversation for a future time. Also, I've got to get these controls rebound, because playing on an Xbox 360 controller, or Xbox One, whatever it is, and the bumpers are the upshifting and downshifting, which is just dumb. Just dumb. And the square button, or whatever that is on the Xbox controller. I'm a PlayStation guy, so I don't know the buttons. The square button on an Xbox One controller is the handbrake, which... Why am I going to need the handbrake here? Anyways, rolling guy number 2. He's... Oh, he drives like number 2, that's for sure. So... Another one dead. On to the next one. Oh, hey, my water temperature's getting high. That's something to keep an eye on. I wonder if it cools down in between, or if we're just going to be smoking like crazy. Turns out the cooling system of a Suzuki Swift Sport is not up to the highway street racing heavy duty. Is this the thing you're going to do on the regular now? At least for this game. This isn't going to be a not saying we're gonna come back and be all like regular scheduled stream or anything like that, but I do want to go through this game as a live stream because doing it with Tokyo Xtreme Racer 3 was clearly the way to do it in the end. Anyways, on to the next guy. Peaceful Challenger with our overheating Suzuki Swift. Get like 2 races and the car's about to blow up. It's realism. That slipstream. Shoot the gap. Shake and bake indeed. Although I will say, even though my car's overheating, it doesn't seem to be particularly mattering. In Tokyo Xtreme Racer 3, when your car starts overheating, your car just dies. So I wonder if they've just tweaked things and maybe had a more sane approach, at least from the get-go. Sim racing is for Max Verstappen wannabes. I think it's the other way around. The Max Verstappen wannabes are for sim racing. That, you guys know what I'm saying? I don't think I said that right, but you know, sim racing existed long before then. Has the Tokyo highway layout changed much since the previous Tokyo Xtreme Racers? Certainly in the game it hasn't. I can't tell you because I've not been to Tokyo, but here in game it is like 100% exactly the same thing. This game is very much a PlayStation 2 game made in 2025, and for better or worse, that's great. So that oil temp's starting to creep up there as well, so we'll see if that's actually going to make a difference here early on. Because, I mean, you get extra points, extra credits, so yeah. And also, are we going to need to actually upgrade the cooling system, or is that still like kind of one of those leave it for whenever? Although, she's a slowing down. Oh yeah. So you get about to 110 on the water temp, and she is fried. I would assume your streak continues if you're in a pit area. Did on Tokyo Xtreme Racer 3. Yeah, early on with the early access, I don't know if this has changed, so maybe this would be a good thing to test out. So I forget what the shift button is, because the shift button should always be X or square. The streak was maintained, but you wouldn't get the win bonus combo, so it was kind of pointless. Yeah. Yeah, this car is totally hosed. Alright, we'll just go back to the garage. I've been surprised by how good the PS2 version of Hot Pursuit 2 is. PS2 Hot Pursuit 2 is one of the greatest arcade racing games of all time. Straight up. as well as, quite frankly, the best Need for Speed. I know that might be a hot take for some, but I strongly feel about that. Yes, better than the Undergrounds. Alright, which way are we going here? Alright, guess we're gonna go this way. Philosophical question, does a remake of a PS2 era racing game count as historic racing? Yes. 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 Oh, yes. Is it just me or your red line moved down from 8,000 RPM to 6,000 because of the heat? Well, it's at 6,500 now, so I'm gonna go with no. The driving was great, but so many of the events were a chore. Yeah, you always gotta remember though, like, that was a very different time. So you had a lot of games that had a lot of padding. And I think fundamentally it's one of those things where that isn't terrible as long as the core is actually well tuned. Because I mean, really, especially back in the day, you know, we're very spoiled as gamers where we look at, for example, Nintendo and how things never go on sale and all that stuff, but like, that kind of used to be more the norm where you didn't have things like the Steam sales where everybody and their brother now, if they have a gaming PC for any length of time, has like 5,000 games and they've never played like 4,000 of them just because that's just a thing that happens. Alright, this guy again. This time with a car that's actually in proper functional condition. Like the green rims. Oh, he's using his turn signals. He's confused. Just probably look where I'm going. I forgot how difficult it is to play a game and read chat at the same time. It doesn't work out the best. Oh, surprise. Rolling guy number one, the legend himself. The man, the myth, the legend, the rolling guy. I'm still kind of disappointed that they, at least in early access, maybe they changed it. Hopefully they changed it. They didn't have the new rolling guy team with the GR86 and all those things, whatever you call them, show up like halfway through, be like, I'm taking over, old man. Because that's what they should have done. I mean, missed opportunity. They're gonna make another one of these games, rolling guy kind of needs an upgrade. Team defeated! I like the little noise they gave us there. After finishing the battle and taking a breather at the parking area, two AE-86 entered together. Two men stepped out of their machines and started speaking to you. Hey, you're the street racer from the battle earlier, right? We're Rolling Guy. As you can see, we're a team of AE-86 drivers. We've been around the Shudo Expressway for a long time, so we made a bit of a name for ourselves. As really just fodder. But I respect you. No, it's not just a name. By now, we should have the skills to back it up. You really should. You've been at it for a while. We thought we were done being stepping stones for new street racers. But here we are, stepping stones for new street racers. Damn, listen to a rookie like this? Leader, you went to the trouble of perfecting the car, but you've been tweaking it all over again lately, right? Maybe you should have left it as it was. We would have been on top. We would have been the legends. What are you saying? You're still a rookie yourself. Jeez, acting all tough all of a sudden. Listen, if you want to keep running Shudo Expressway, throw away any sweet ideas about leaving things as they are. Even if you think you've reached the top at some point, if you grow complacent, you'll be falling before you know it. That's the rise and fall of things. No, Rolling Guy has never reached the top. We've always been on the withered side. Shut up, I said it was a metaphor, didn't I? Sorry, I got sidetracked. Sapporo's rookie. I wanted to talk to you, so I called you out. You've got some skills. We may have shown a pitiful display, but the A86 driver I respect most wants to battle you. Rolling Master. He was the predecessor known as Rolling Guy number 1, the title given to the leader of Team Rolling Guy. The pulse of a new soul. It resonates in response to the old souls. The predecessors who welcomed challengers. And the challengers who inherit their will. New and old souls meet, clash, and eventually blend into a rhythm. Of early 2000s hip-hop beats. And so, a new legend is woven. Episode, Rebirth of the Legend. It's so terrible. It's so terrible, but it's great. Wasn't this game also emulating a Soda Course or something? Yeah, the Shudo Expressway, or Shutoko Revival Project, SRP. Can never remember the name because it's just SRP at this point. But basically they took Tokyo Xtreme Racer and crammed it into Assetto Corsa, and then people did their thing with the Assetto Corsa that they do and add in like a bajillion different cars, which highly recommended, of course. There's something about the Tokyo Expressway that it just works. It's just a very fun track layout. It's twisty enough, but flowy enough. It's high speed, yet low speed. Like the C1 loop is fantastic. Alright, so let's work on the outer loop here for a little bit. Should we race random taxis? Or doors blowing off? Hey Matt, do you still play iRacing as well? Not at the moment. So a year or two ago, I ended up moving my sim racing stuff into storage, and I just wasn't using it. It's taking up too much space, and it was just kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, let's get this out of here so I can have some space back. I recently moved, so now I got a bit more space. I've upgraded my computer kind of preemptively. So once I get my stuff out of storage, which is not going to be a tomorrow thing. Let's put it that way. Eventually, I would like to get back into the sim racing because I do legitimately miss it to a degree. It is something that I've always done for fun for, like, you know, forever. And I do kind of enjoy what was created with this channel and would like to kind of get back into that because it's fun, you know? I mean, really, the reason that the channel kind of stopped and died was just things in my life, you know, and all that. So onwards and upwards, new page, you know. So the option is there. I mean, I think the biggest question on that is just what am I going to do setup-wise in terms of, like, do I want to join on the direct drive bandwagon now that that is, like, basically, I think the default in the world of sim racing now at this point, that, you know, you can basically go that route for pennies on the dollars compared to what it was, you know, 4 or 5 years ago when I last paid attention and really was into it. It's like, is it worth digging out the Fanatec Club Sport version 2, or would I just be better off just being like, yeah, you know what, now's a good time to get a new wheel, all nice and shiny and all that stuff, and the technology's moved on, so get with the times, old man. Anyways, proud challenger here. Level 2 driver driving the old first generation Miata. Happy, happy, happy. Track day, bro. Headlights go up, headlights go down. I wonder if this guy intentionally designed his car to look like Kermit the Frog. It's like green first gen Miata, red wheels.
Hello guys, Kermit the Frog here. Let's go racing on the expressway.
Oh, okay, whoever was saying that the red line changed, you're the only one paying attention right now, because the red line has changed. Something that was brought to my attention about 15, 20 minutes ago, thereabouts or whatever, and yet I still didn't believe it, even though clearly here we are now 15, 20 minutes later to be like, yeah! Sorry, I'm not the smartest. I'd go for one more, even though this is a very bad idea with a car that will do like 90 miles an hour tops. Maybe we'll race another Miata guy. Great finance. Oh my goodness, man. I really did not notice just how gimpy your car becomes. That 4,500 RPM red line is like the red line immediately. Fuel shut off right there. Will not go anymore. Do we want to change the name from Sapporo's Rookie to Nameless Swallow? Again, if this is your first time experiencing Tokyo Xtreme Racer, that's what it's all about. It's all about. Alright, we're going to change the tires because there's really no reason not to when your car blows up in like 2 seconds anyways. Alright. What's the let's go to tune-up things here. Oh my god. Do we even have upgrade parts at this point? I swear I know how to play this game, guys. I swear I know how to play this game. Ooh. All right, do we beeline to the Honda Civic Type R? I feel like we're gonna beeline to the Civic Type R. I feel like that's what we gotta do. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, tuning. Power unit level 1. Yeah, I forgot they did things this way this time around. Let's see here. Exhaust system, clutch, brakes. I mean, it's just gonna be rolled into the power unit in those upgrades, because really at this point that is the biggest problem we are encountering. Aims to increase the torque and high RPM range, additionally removes the limiter to the upper limit of RPM. Let's do it. Hop on all these power upgrades because more power is all you need. 3 ramps have opened. New areas to race fools at. This guy's got the double triangle on here, so that means that he's like a wanderer, I think. If I remember correct. Something like that. Car overheating at 30 horsepower. Yes, exactly. You know, we could get rid of all this like plastic cooling bullcrap that doesn't do anything. Just, you know, get some actual airflow under the hood. But what do I know? It's the other man, myth, and legend, Rolling Master. I really just wish that they would take Rolling Guy or Rolling Master, one of the Rolling Guys, and just be like surprise end game boss, like the world's fastest Rolling Guy. I think it'd be great. Racing rough here, huh? Yeah, put me in the wall, I'll put you on the wall. The stupid square button. to downshift instead, I just yanked the handbrake. Who hasn't done that before? After finishing the battle and returning to the parking area, 286 appeared before you, together, again. Deja vu. The men who stepped out were Street Racer you spoke to before, Rolling Guy number 1, and another man who resembled him closely, Rolling Master. Yo, Nameless Swallow. I didn't think it was possible, but you even beat Rolling Master, my elder brother. Maybe we found a real monster here. No, the real monster is the Street Racer with the fire suit and the helmet. I just... What you doing? What you doing, guy? Heard about you from my younger brother, Rolling Guy number 1, but to have this level of skill... It's been 4 years since a rookie on the Shudo Expressway gave me this kind of chill. Yes, 4 years. I think it's been a lot longer than 4 years, so let's be real. I think there was a mobile game 4 years ago, something like that. Doesn't count. Haha, this is getting interesting. More strong street racers are always welcome. We might just witness the birth of a new legend. A new legend? Could that be me? It could be, but it wouldn't be. In response to the Rolling Master's words, you felt your soul. Now, why soul in quotation marks? Why? Is this game a statement on whether or not a soul exists? The soul of a street racer lying dormant within you. Alright, one more guy. On to the next day. One thing I really don't like with this, with the early access, and I see it's not changed at all, is like the first beginning of the game. They just keep taking you out of the game. It's just like, no, let me just play the game. Just don't need to keep coming back with, I did one race, now I gotta go to the parking area, get this weird story about Rolling Master. Just let me play the game. Whoa, 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 whoa. Photo mode. Whoopsie daisies. It's really a bold strategy putting photo mode on R3. That's a decision. Like, it's not a button that's hard to press. Bamboo Splitting Challenger. Driving a toaster. Our first wild toaster encounter of Tokyo Xtreme Race 2025. Dang, that toaster's got moves. And then he just decided to stop. Alright. Ah! Uh-oh, Suzuki Swift battle. Better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Comes Downhill Challenger. Oh yes, let me go back to the garage again. While at the parking area, your recent battle opponent steps out of his machine and speaks to you. He's still young, with a serious and intelligent demeanor. Thank you for earlier. I'm glad to have met someone as skilled as you. I'm
Downhill Challenger.
the leader of...
Challengers.
We usually race in the mountains near home, but we decided to take on the Shudo Expressway to test our skills. You could say this is a short expedition. While talking with Downhill Challenger, a car with flashy customization appeared. A young man with an otherworldly presence stepped out. Not only was his car customized, but he seemed particular about his own appearance, flaunting branded items. Hey, pardon my interruption. A match between the leader of a gutsy team that came all the way from Hakone to Shudo Expressway and the much talked about rookie, who is thrilling to watch. I've raced like 5 dudes. I don't understand where all this pressure is coming from here. I'm Roulette Guy number 1. I'm the leader of the team called Roulette Guy. Is it roulette or roulette? Is that tomato? Roulette Guy. By any chance, do you know that A86 team? The Rolling Guy? Haha, not exactly. But yeah, when it comes to the love for the 86, I don't think I lose to those older guys either. He's gonna 86 the 86ers. And you over here, your name was Swallow, right? As young racers, let's get along with each other. Let's be BFFs. Let's be besties. Lately on the Shudo Expressway, there's another outstanding star besides you. Oh, you haven't met them yet? You'll probably meet them soon. I'd say you both had the same sparkle. Geniuses are drawn to each other, you know. More cutscenes. The calm era is over. One after another, new souls cry out for their birth. The synchronicity becomes a great wave, and a new landscape emerges. Captured by the mystique of the Shudo Expressway, these new souls are drawn together, seeking answers. And then, a single light shines brighter than any other. It is the light of a soul, emitted by only those who tread into the abyss. So Hollow Knight? This game's just Hollow Knight, but with cars? And far easier? Episode, Rise of the New Generation. I'm not sure we need to call it an episode when, like, I can't change between episodes and I've also only, like, raced, like, 7 dudes. I know it was 5 dudes just, like, 3 minutes ago in the cutscene, but, like, you get the point. Anyways, back to the racing, please. Okay, I gotta beat 3 more Departure guys. And Eternal Polaris. Which is probably right there. And why not? Swift needs some white T37s and Toyo R 888s. That would be the basic street racer approach. I don't know if we'll comply with that. But yeah, that actually would look pretty decent. Yes. Suzuki Swift versus R33 GTR. Find out who wins. You know, there's something to be said about how fast every car has become. Like, even just like basic everyday cars are 300 horsepower now, which is absurd. But how much faster is an R33 GTR versus a Suzuki Swift? This doesn't feel like this should be a race. And I understand the Tokyo Xtreme Racer thing is, you know, legendary driver, makes car go insanely fast and all that stuff. But, like, you know, I feel like they kind of came out of the gate with too much too soon. The opponent from earlier battle, the driver who stepped out of the skyline, was a young girl. Dun, dun, dun. She said nothing. She opened her mouth several times, only to stop herself. Her behavior seemed confused, or perhaps fearful of something. After repeating this a few times, saying nothing, she repeatedly said nothing. She lowered her gaze quietly. What we doing? What we doing? Well, after not saying a single word. Only the night breeze remained. Game, can I please just race? Can I please just race? I like the weird, goofy story, but I need to actually play the game. Must be a GTS with a GTR body kit. And then they went street racing. Like, how did you think that was going to work out for you? You know, like, it's like the guy with the EcoBoost Mustang who puts all the badges on his car. Like, what do you think that's going to do for you? I will say it is amazing how good this game looks, like legitimately, but how much it also looks like Assetto Corsa SRP. It's really kind of strange. Like, you know, usually video games look similar because they're like the similar things, but like you can tell that they're on different engines and everything, but like this is on not the same engine, obviously. And yet it still has that same look, or I guess I should say SRP looks like Tokyo Xtreme Racer. Sweet surrender. Alright, I'm not driving all the way over there. I ain't got time for this. Scraping by Swallow. Which one, chat? Are we changing our name? Or will we just be forever known as Nameless Swallow because you guys are silly like that? It's not that you expect it to look different, it's the way the lighting is. Alright, we got 2 for Nameless Swallow. We're going with it. Maybe, if I can figure out how to press the button. Alright, for one more departure guy. And it's the guy we already lost to. So we're gonna drive backwards, folks. Because that's a thing in this game. That never really was a thing in the past. And I don't know if it was... they did this intentionally or... use the handbrake there. That I said I would never use. Give you external camera guys a little bit of love in here. But yeah, in the old Tokyo Xtreme Racers, like, I never really drove backwards. And this one, it just seems like you kind of need to. They really don't help you out with the locations to enter the highway and where the AI spawns at. Anyways, great finance once again. There's a rich guy driving a STI that's gonna get his doors blown off by his Suzuki Swift, which has gotta bruise the ego. Alrighty, let's blow this guy's doors off, and then I think we'll get a boss segment. But I guess I can't race an actual opponent without being inside because I can't not use the mirror. Slipstream, don't fail me now. Just gonna bump draft. Can't see. Oh my god. Oh my god. What am I doing? What am I doing? I wonder if this game ever gets challenging. Yeah, it was so bad in the early access that they took the main opponent and nerfed the snot out of her and then made it so that way you had to race her again to actually get the real difficulty, because there was that much whining that it was a ludicrous difficulty spike. Tokyo Xtreme Racer games, always very easy until they decide to be just incredibly hard for like 30 seconds. Which I'm sure there's a joke lurking in there somewhere. Yay, team defeated. While taking a break at the parking area, a slim, well-built man approached. His handsome features and striking presence would make him stand out anywhere. Man with striking features. You are an unfamiliar face. I suppose you've just started racing recently. I'd rather you didn't casually call yourself a street racer. First glance, he seems polite, but his words subtly mock you. Man with striking face says, "Who am I, you ask?" Judging by that reaction, you really don't know. Good grief! Calling yourself a street racer without knowing the Kurosaki brothers from Phantom 9. This is what we call a poser, isn't it? It seems the standards have dropped drastically during the 4 years I've been away, Crimson Boy. That's my name on the Shudo Expressway. Don't call me man with striking features. Call me Crimson Boy. If you're planning to call yourself a street racer, come find me. I'll entertain you with a test of skill. If you can keep up, that is. Or will you tuck your tail and run away, rookie? Yeah, we'll see about that man with striking features. They cannot accept anyone running ahead of them. Resolutely, firmly, stubbornly. Spirits sunk into the chaos of darkness by excessive pride. Yeah, he sounds like a real douche. The emergence of a new soul, whose presence awakens the souls submerged in darkness. So much souls! Those who grew feverish, like moth to a flame. They swarm around young street racers, hungry for souls. Episode: Return of the Bastards. Anyways, alright, where you at, Crimson Boy? I mean, which one's a more embarrassing name? Crimson Boy or Nameless Swallow? I feel like Crimson Boy's gotta be worse. At least when you're driving a Suzuki Swift, Nameless Swallow, like, you know, swallows, Swift, you know, bird thing, you know, like, oh, it makes sense. But Crimson Boy. See, like, the Crimson Chin's a lost son. Maybe that's why he's got striking features. He is the Crimson Chin's lost son. Which, just think of the multiverse implications. Alright, I think it's about time we get our first actual difficulty spike here with our Crimson Boy. Just imagine driving that car on the street. Just imagine looking that ridiculous. Just... no. That's one thing I don't really care for with the Tokyo Xtreme Racer series. With Import Tuner Challenge, that was the one, the Xbox 360, that I never knew was the Tokyo Xtreme Racer game until, like, you know, 10 years after it came out, because great marketing, guys. Is they went ahead with all these, like, very early 2000s ridiculous vinyls, you know, Fast and the Furious style, and it just... on one hand, I get it, but on the other hand, I just think it makes all of the boss cars, for the most part, because they clearly spend more time on these guys, just looks so silly, because they do it too much, so therefore it doesn't stand out. It's just like an art choice that I don't agree with. But maybe that's a rant. After the finishing the battle, you return to the parking area with Crimson Boy. As he steps out of his machine, he seems like a completely different person compared to before, speaking to you with a surprisingly friendly and casual tone. Well done, rookie. Oh my, no need to be so wary. I do apologize for calling you a poser. Your driving shows real skill. You haven't had the nerve to challenge me without hesitation. It seems the Shudo Expressway, which has been stagnant for a while, is starting to feel the breeze of a change. Looks like you're bringing some excitement. Crimson Boy's demeanor seems friendly at first, but his gaze is as sharp as a hunter targeting its prey. inescapable malice. You will eventually be caught in the whirlpool of fate that surrounds within this Shudo Expressway. As you looked around the parking area, a man in a mechanic overalls appeared. You've got some legendary driving skills. Looks like you've done some work on your machine, but you're still just getting started, aren't you? I'm just a humble mechanic hanging around the Shudo Expressway. Some people call me Legendary Tuner, but I'm not really anything special. When I see an interesting street racer at the parking area, I like to call him out like this. If you'll let me tweak your machine a bit, I'll make it significantly faster. Of course, I'll charge you for it. If you feel like it, give me a shout out at the parking area. And aside, you seem to be at the center of major changes on this Shudo Expressway. Not only have you defeated the members of Rolling Guy, one of the longest standing teams on this Shudo Expressway, but you've taken down a street racer so famous among 86 drivers that no one could miss the name, Rolling Master. And on top of that, you defeated Man with Punchable Features, one of the Kurosaki brothers from Phantom 9. 4 years ago, they wreaked havoc on the Shudo Expressway. I mean, did they destroy it? Like, why could we not use the expressway for 4 years? Like, did they destroy the overpasses or something? Many teams were forced to disband at the hands of Phantom 9. For that reason, Phantom 9 has earned grudges from all over. Hearing that you defeated Crimson Boy will no doubt make many racers change their tune. And then, Eternal Polaris. Right now, they're still inexperienced. In fact, they've only just taken their first steps as a street racer, much like you. But they get to start with an R33 GTR because storyline reasons. You've met notable street racers on the Shudo Expressway, battled them. So what have you felt? Soul. We felt soul. Yeah. Triggered by Legendary Tuna's words. Legendary Tuna, your conversation with Cinderella past midnight came back to mind. From now on, who will you meet? What will you feel? And how far can you go? Soul! Is Legendary Tuner 85? I mean, yeah. I think he's gonna be like 20? I mean, come on. He's gotta be an old man. Alright, so we got all this all these Legendary Tuna, no crust. That's a great one. That is a great one. Just think about how much damage that movie did to the car scene. Yet how great it is. How fortunate we are to have the damage done by Fast and the Furious. Hey, another blue Suzuki Swift. Why isn't he out here driving fast? Oh, toaster sighting. But a different toaster. It's a Daihatsu. Daihatsu Move. Ume Dandy. I have to question why, and I know the answer, it's because of the way they did things. But why is this team not like at the very beginning, driving all the tiny little Japanese cars, you know? Like, why am I racing a guy driving a freaking STI? You know, that just, come on. makes far more sense. And I know it doesn't matter, but it matters to me, dang it. Also, so many Mazda 3s on the road. Silent Mongoose. How do you get a name like Silent Mongoose driving a Daihatsu? Like, just... The name is writing checks that you can't cash, buddy. Like, that's not gonna work out for you. In the last 30 seconds there, Silent Mongoose. Feel bad for you. I just love how the traffic cars are so nonsense in the scheme of like 2025, or I guess like 2013, somewhere thereabouts, where this game's supposed to take place. I guess if it's 4 years after Import Tuna Challenge, it's like every third car is like a Honda Beat. Are those that common, just driving around in Japan? An S14, like just everybody's driving an S14 or a Honda Beat, Daihatsu, Copen. You know, just normal everyday cars, right? All over the place. Melodious Condor. Watch my lights. Let's race. Better than purely taxi fans. Oh yeah, I mean it's fine. I mean it doesn't affect the game at all, like, or the way I think of this game. But it's like, you know, you kind of changed the distribution around a little bit here. You know, maybe just had all these toaster mobiles driving around was the way to go. Not have, you know, toss the Miatas in there and all that stuff, and some of the bigger body cars that are going to come later on in the game. Anyways, third toaster sighting. The Come On Advisor. Nameless Swallow takes the Come On Advisor. Again, I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere. Beep beep. Once again, not paying attention to the road. I guess we go this way. Car is about to blow up, guys. She can't take much more. And then you get moments like this where all of a sudden the randomest rival who ever did exist manages to last longer than anyone else. Like, once again, we can be scraping by Swallow, but we already vetoed that one. So No, I have not been to Japan. Japan is it's not near me, you could say. Let's see here. What direction were we doing? Who were we racing against? I guess there's a blueberry right there, so let's go ahead and... Did they use a blow-off valve for the handbrake sound? Listen to this. If you want to be one of the cool kids, you just rip the handbrake, apparently. You don't need a blow-off valve to make the little... Just rip the handbrake. I guess we're gonna go right down the Mukojima line. Alright, let's go to the parking area here. See what's new. P.A. You missed an extra dot there. Yeah. Either put the period in there or don't put the period in there. Don't half commit. Also, don't tell me this is me. This better not be me. Let's go talk. Oh yeah, this is Legendary Tuna. Yo, is this your machine? It's quite an interesting machine. Sir, it's a Suzuki Swift. I mean, we don't have those here in America, so like, it'd be kind of interesting to me, but to you, Mr. Legendary Tuna of Japan, it's not. It's not. But there are still areas to refine. If you let me tweak it a bit, I can make it much faster. Well, it's just a temporary tune, so the effect will only last for today. But if you want to drive faster than usual for the day, I recommend it. Well, of course there's a fee. How about it? Perform a temporary tune for today? Yeah, sure, let's just make this guy happy. Special tune-up! Well, just step on it and see. The rest is up to your skills. And there's nobody to talk to here, which is sad and depressing. We have opened up some parking ramps. We can go ahead and turn around, which we will because there's a blueberry there. You just put octane booster in your tank. What? Man's driving his toaster the wrong way around. He's been hitting the Legendary Tuna hard too. Alright, we're gonna blow his doors off with this Legendary Tune. Let me in. Thank you. What are we doing here? What? This man is unhinged. This man needs charged with a DUI. He's driving backwards the wrong way. He's running into cars. What is he doing? That man is a danger to everyone on this road. Someone get the cops out here. Oh, I missed the guy. Went for the 360 no scope. Sorry. Saw a K car exactly once in the Netherlands and it was quite flashy. Had to go out of the way to import that one. There is somebody in my town driving a Mazda AZ1. And that thing is hilariously tiny when you see it around town. Although, come to think of it, I don't know if they still have it because I haven't seen that car for a while. And I drive by where the guy presumably works basically every day, but like just absolutely hilarious from a turn signal. Go left, please. Thank you. From the perspective of like that's a normal-ish size Japanese car. It's like context is important. Come on over here. Thank you. Just handbrake myself into doom again. You know, Legendary Tuna, your tune-up isn't helping all that much. Little beast here's quite a clinger. Unwelcome old boy. Again, speaking back to what I was saying about the over-the-top vinyl graphics and all that, like, this guy drives this car around all the time. Like, this is not a race car, it's a Suzuki Swift. This is his daily driver. And he's driving around with this. And now he's gonna need a new daily driver, because he's dead. RIP. Pour one out for old welcome old boy. Alright, let's keep on going here, even though our temperatures are getting up there. F-150s and small town Netherlands. Even here in America, modern trucks look ridiculously large. And it saddens me. It saddens me. It's like we should not live in a world where everybody's driving a tank. It's a little absurd. Alright, we're gonna hit the parking area so we can cool off here. The P.A. No one to talk to here. Tatsumi parking area, Fukagawa line, abound. Hey. Oh, they moved it. Okay. Mysterious hawk, mocking dove. Mocking dove, what do you want? Do you want to race me? Man's wearing a just the... Just, what are you wearing, guy? Just... This reminds me of, like, that time that, Nelly was, like, all of a sudden, like, gonna be a country guy. And, yeah, very mid-2000s vibe. Do you know about consecutive SP battles? After winning against one person, use the remaining SP gauge to fight the next. This time you'll be facing the two of us. We're both in our late 40s. If you're a young guy, show us that amount of guts. Late 40s. Oh, God. Yeah, there is a huge difference between a land yacht and just everybody driving lifted, unnecessarily large trucks. Because, like, an F-150 from 25 years ago is like an F-350. Or today's F-150 is like an F-350 from 25 years ago. It's absurd. Like, what's the point? Do you really need that? You compensate for something? And the answer is yes. Of course, but, you know. Albatross of the Dark Knight. Man likes his Batman. Ooh, the blue spire tower thingy. I don't know what that is. That's pretty neat. I wasn't in the old game, so that must be new. New construction. Wonder what that's for. Oorah! What? You've defeated two of us. You're quite something. Next time I will lose. Okay. Let's talk to his buddy, Mysterious Hawk. First, let me praise you for approaching me properly. These days there are a few who suddenly say, "Let's battle!" And it's annoying. I can't stand people with no manners like that. So are you going to race me? Then let's go. Follow me, the Mysterious Hawk. Tokyo Skytree, tallest building in Japan, was completed a little over a decade ago. Neat! Tokyo Skytree. Had to look that one up. And somehow my rear tires are absolutely trashed compared to my fronts, which, not sure how that happens on a front-wheel drive car, but maybe I ripped the handbrake too many times trying to do the blow-off valve noise. Alright, slipstream, engage. Can't see. I really hate this section of highway because it is always just so congested and you can't ever do anything in these Tokyo Xtreme Racer games. It's just like you're stuck single file. Again, would an R32 be that much faster than a lightly tuned Suzuki Swift? Because it feels ridiculous. But maybe that's just because I'm I'm but a silly American who was raised on Gran Turismo, and therefore, like, the Skyline's like, you know, the coolest car ever going in. Not really, but you know. I blew it. I blew it. That was a choke job. Straight up. I should have just stayed in the bumper cam. Is that your best? You're better not to be holding back against an old man like me. You're young, so don't hold back. Come at me with all you've got. On guard. No, I pressed the wrong button because X is not the X button. It's the square button. Square button is the X button. The X button is the A button. I mean, the cross button. I do like how when you're behind, but like right there, you don't lose points. Which maybe will make this section a little bit more tolerable, where you can't really do anything except run into stuff. Well, that was near-death experience. Come on, give me that slipstream. Superior wall ride strats. Y'all can't say that's unrealistic because Ross Chastain told us otherwise. He's the real MVP of racing video games for his move a few years ago. Let's be real. We all thought it would work, but we just never had proof. Also, I'm gonna lose again. Come on, slipstream. Yeah, you do lose a lot of SP for wall riding. I think there's a perk that you can actually not lose as much. And we're going to put new tires on because our tires are screwed. And we go back here and we're going to race this guy for a third time. Because for some reason this guy is just got to be another faster. Maybe we need some more legendary tuna. But hopefully it's just the tires. I do like how they have a thing that pops up when you're in the slipstream now, so that way, like, it makes sense why all of a sudden your car drives like it's got an extra 150 horses under the hood. Because it's definitely very overdone to anime performance levels, but that's exactly what you want. This guy's just too good, man. There we go. And he rear-ended the guy. I should get us some space. all the tires. Why is this guy more intense and challenging than all the other dudes so far? Like, doesn't make any sense. Some guy at Genki was like, you know what, Mysterious Hawk is a cool name, so let's make him like the fastest guy that you're gonna encounter at this point in the game. No, you don't. Whew. You did well. I lost, but it was a good race. Race me again, if you're up for it, that is. Sir, I do not want to race you ever again, because you are far too good. Let's go talk to an enthusiastic man. Hey, did you know? Recently there seems to be a movement in a stalled battle scene on the Shudo Expressway. Yeah, I've heard. Y'all won't shut up about it. Also, souls. There's a rumor that even veteran street racers are becoming more active. I wonder what triggered it. Yeah, I've heard about it too. It seems that a street racer who recently appeared on the Shudo Expressway has been actively challenging various opponents. Oh, really? So what kind of guy is he? Is he fast? Huh? He drives a Suzuki Swift. He's not fast. I don't know. I didn't see it firsthand either, but if other rivals are getting active, it means he's winning battles, right? Yeah, that's true. Otherwise, there wouldn't be such a rumor. Because every rumor is true, I guess. Man who suddenly appeared is taking down veteran street racers on the Shudo Expressway one after another. Man, that's cool. What kind of guy is he? I really want to see him. Doesn't have to be a man, though. It's 2025. Women are allowed to drive, too. Don't forget that, enthusiastic man. Don't forget that. Anyways, where are we going? I guess we're gonna have to drive around and look backwards a little bit. Ever thought of playing Gran Turismo 7, the higher tier racing? That game seems really fun to do and watch. I have Gran Turismo 7. Why is R3 the photo mode button? I don't know. Oh, hi there. Let me get out of your way. If I can find the shift button, which is right bumper, because that's the logical shift button. I know some people are going to be thinking, like, why doesn't he just change it? It's not that difficult. It's the principle of the thing. Anyways, Army Joe. You can tell he's Army Joe because he's got camouflage on his bumper and the rest of his car. But yeah, Gran Turismo is Gran Turismo. And I never saw the appeal of Gran Turismo trying to be something that Gran Turismo, to me, never was. And also, there's nobody around, so we're just gonna go back to the garage. Like, Gran Turismo was always about silly, relaxed street racer. Alright, chat. Name change here. Nameless Swallow or Relaxed Street Racer. But, you know, it's just like a casual, fun game. And then I guess there always was the elements of the whole, like, sim racing thing, because they always were, like, the real driving simulator, even when it was absolutely ridiculous and you had cars jumping through the streets of Seattle, because that's, like, realism. But it just... it's not that game for me. And I don't... probably why I didn't really like Gran Turismo 7. I didn't play GT Sport, and Gran Turismo itself has always kind of been like the last 10, 15 years is not going in the greatest of directions, in my opinion. Not against it by any means. It's just that, and also like I don't have any way of capturing footage on the consoles anyway, so it's not gonna happen from me. I tell you that much. At least anytime soon. Never say never, of course, but. Alrighty, who else we gotta meet here? We got a couple more Rodonauts, we got some more K-Uix. Be great if they all drove around in Buicks. K-Uix and Buicks. Alright, we already got these people. Probably don't need to talk to these guys. Although, man who cares about his stomach. Imagine being known as man who cares about his stomach. Have you battled the Bloodhound yet? He's gotten older, hasn't diminished at all. His driving skills have only become more refined. His regressive driving remains unchanged. If he gets behind you, you're done for. He's gonna kill ya. You're gonna die. If he gets behind you, you're gonna die. I mean, Gran Turismo's like, it's fine, but they spent so much time drinking their own Kool-Aid for so little. It's like, the franchise was like the biggest thing on the PlayStation and PlayStation 2. And then on the PS3 it just became like, they're drinking their own Kool-Aid, and if you play Gran Turismo 7, it's literally they're wanking to themselves the whole time. And I think that comes through in just like the entirety of the game design. It's just like, you know, look, we spent 37,000 hours making one car in the greatest of detail for no reason at all. Woodpeckers. Just notice this guy's name's a Woodpecker Syndrome. Oh, man. Some of these names, man. Okay, it's really weird because there's some sort of like graphics glitch where you can see a shadow on the road, and it's freaking me out because it makes me think my eyesight is failing me. Anyone else seeing that, or is that just me? Am I hallucinating? Guys, I think we're gonna need to get a either a new car or some upgrades. Going this way? It's not a good thing. So we're gonna lose right here, I think. Yeah. One more time. After branding their game about the details of the cars for so long, if they change, people will get mad and leave. Honestly, I was there when they did the whole standard cars thing. Because, you know, I've made no secret about how I view Gran Turismo 4, Gran Turismo 2 as, like, the best racing games ever created. And Gran Turismo 5 was so hilariously delayed because they went down the path of, you know, chugging their own piss, so to speak. And it screwed over that game, and it's just been chasing their tail ever since. And hopefully it's one of those things where now that there's been 15 years of chasing that perfection, that it becomes less of an issue going forward because you can reuse the car models, and you know, the higher details, you don't need to rebuild them from scratch because it's not, you know, 1995 anymore, where a car modeled 2 years ago has noticeably lower quality standards. Alright, I don't really know if I want to race this guy, because I think he's the last one. I think this is the last guy on this team before the team leader, and my car is flashing red at me, so... And we just got put into limp mode, apparently. It's cool. That's cool. Clean cornering. Yeah. She did. New circular route. Left turn. What a great name for a road. Sounds like the next NASCAR track. New circular route. Left turn. Alright. Alright, let's go to the car dealer. We got enough money? Yeah, we got enough money. I'm sorry, chat. You're getting overridden despite... regardless of what your thoughts are here. But the answer is Honda jokes. You know? Honda jokes. Gotta. Simple as that. What else can we get in here? Ooh! Ooh, we gotta make a beeline for that. Dang it. Okay, never mind. Alright, let's get some upgrades. Transmission is always like the best upgrade in Tokyo Xtreme Racer. So I gotta pick that up. Alright, technical ability allows you to clip one skill. More SP, or more attack power, or more defense, more toughness. Toughness or defense? I mean, what exactly is toughness? Slightly ease the timing for just a cell and near miss. Reduces damage from wall collisions. There you go. Prevents defeat from damage collision. Alright, we're going for the wall riding. As well as for battle XP. We don't need to increase. Everyone hate red dots or yellow dots, the things that I always say new in video games. Like, come on. Why are they still putting those things in games? Doesn't everybody hate those? This drives you crazy. Alright, brakes are useless. Transmission. Always go with the transmission. Can't go wrong. Makes the car heavier, but it makes the car faster. Oh, we can change ride height. Let's slam it. Alrighty. We are fully upgraded to the maximum extent allowable. Yeah, buddy. No, wrong button. Right height does nothing in the rear. There you go. We're gonna keep it. No, it's not this. Oh. I'll figure this out eventually. It looks ridiculous, but if it works. I don't know if it works, but we're gonna see. Yeah, where are the triangles? Where are the triangles? I guess we'll go here because there's people to race. It is quite an interesting machine now. Oh man, what is? I don't know why I did that. I did not mean to do that. I just kept clicking the button and I wasn't thinking what I was doing. Also, this abomination. You want to challenge me? Fine. I don't dislike those who challenge me head on. Sir, that's a double negative. And I don't know if you meant to use a double negative. Did you mean to use a double negative? Alright, let's see what the Civic can do. Who needs torque when you have VTEC? I tell you what, man, putting photo mode on R3 is causing me problems. Not bad. let's challenge Silent Barbarian, although I'm pretty sure he won't race us. Silent battle with drivers using the same machine. Current partner is with this Mark X. I want to battle with a street racer who loves this machine. This guy, I remember this guy from the early access. This guy looks like exactly like the guy that drives this car. Like they nailed that. Alright, Perceptive Man. Immortal Clown is a rare street racer who is a circus member. He appears before those who defeat Roadnauts. But even Roadnauts members don't know why. It's probably because he transferred schools as a lot as a child due to the circus and he had few friends. So he admires the youth of the Roadnauts members and wants to protect them. Little creepy. Highway Gambler, that was no one as superstitious as him. Now he's saying I want to battle someone with a total earned CP of 7. Lucky 7, but or more. So that doesn't need to be exact. Does that even mean anything? Yeah, it means you need to just grind the snot out of the game, and then you can race the guy. You can race a guy in a toaster. Spoiler alert. I like how Hondas in video games just always sound terrible. But also, I do like how they got VTEC. I think it seems to get to like 6,000 RPMs and it's like, oh hey, we're actually going. Okay. Alrighty, next victim. Who's it gonna be? Boxed Daughter. No relation. Although it makes me say, is there a car more useless than the Daihatsu Copen in racing games? It's one of those cars that appears in a bunch of racing games, and it's always useless. It's like, what's the point of this car existing in racing games? Why do we keep putting it into racing games when it doesn't need to be? Things that nobody else is thinking about. That's why you come here, folks. Is there anyone else up here? They're all driving the wrong way because of course they are. Seems a little bit faster than the Suzuki Swift. 140 miles an hour? That's decent. Although, in saying that, we're going to blow the engine up. So just put her in 5th and cruise. they see introduced Porsches, they did mention that car manufacturers like seeing the more standard cars introduced as a form of advertisement. Yeah, no, I get that. It's all marketing. But I don't know. Is the Daihatsu Copen a car that actually is like popular and sells well? Because to me, it looks like one of those cars that's like the it's like the miniature version of the Lexus SC430, which is like, what were you thinking? And why are you so proud of what you were thinking? And like, if I was Daihatsu, I'd be like, no, I don't want that car put in our games. Because like, you know, what were we thinking? We should make more midgets. Let's bring out the Daihatsu Midget 3, you know? Alright, we'll hit the parking area here for a cool off. Is there anyone here to race? 3 guys to race. Oh, Green Wild Child, that guy. Infinite Rotary Kashiyama. Speaking of Daihatsu Copens. And Rapid Girl, driving her pink Suzuki Cappuccino with fire suit and helmet. What do you need? I'm about to go out on the course. You want to battle with me? Fine, but don't say you held back because I'm a kid if you lose. I think that's the most disrespectful thing. Clan Makita. There's not enough power tools in here. Again, speaking of every now and then they just miss the boat on some stuff. This team, Clan Makita, they all should have been driving teal cars. It would have been great. It's like one of those if you know, you know jokes. But maybe it has some other meaning. I'm sure it probably does. And I just offended, you know, half of Japan. But, you know, gotta represent the teal team. It's not that I'm frustrated. I won't lose next time. You better battle me. Okay. This guy's wearing a dragon shirt, so therefore he's not worth my time. Watch, this thing blows my doors clean off. Oh man, we didn't get another 25 seconds. Darn. Oh wait, hold on a second, that's not it. Strange. It's kind of odd for me to lose. I want to do it again. To lose? Please. Just one more time. Should we make him lose one more time? Oh, this guy. However, I had a terrible experience with a Naniwa license plate in the past. Thinking about it still makes my blood boil. That's why I won't battle Naniwa license plate folks. Well, that's how it is. And they say that baseball players are superstitious. This man will only race drivers with a license plate from a certain place. He used to race strictly from his wife, but now he's been approved by his family. His family is like, yeah, go street race. Go for it. I think his wife is cheating on him. also just so Japanese. Alright, new parking area. We'll go race this guy up here. When do we put Bighorn in the chassis? I mean, we're riding with half a Bighorn with our car jacked up on stilts in the back there. Wood. Man, the internet's funny. There's a lot of there's a strange amount of horny posting over line drawings and characters that are in black and white. Not even grayscale, just black and white. It's like, I'm just playing for the story here, you know? Alright, next one. Penguin. Nothing says penguin quite like a bright red car. It's like sometimes I don't understand why they gave them the names that they did. It's like, okay, you want to name this guy Penguin? Penguins are cool. Make his car look like a penguin. You know, no one's gonna complain. Yeah, black car, white hood, instant penguin. Let's be real, penguins are like probably top 5 animals, universally agreed. Everybody loves penguins. Also, if you don't like penguins, then I'm sorry. We cannot be friends. We must be enemies. That was uncalled for. Man just ran into my car for no reason at all. I think we're going to come down here to the pit area. If I remember correctly, there's one down here. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'm further away than I think I am. Maybe. Maybe not. Relaxed dancer or nameless swallow? Well, I'm gonna veto that one. Also, I forgot to put my perk on. That's where were you people on that one? You were supposed to point that out. Like, it's what you're here for. Man, there's so many road knocks, man. best place to go. Just go underneath there. Did I click the wrong button again? Probably. Where are the people to race? I guess we'll just drive. Ooh. Probably need to figure out who that yellow Dorito is. I keep forgetting about that, and it's driving me crazy. I don't like having yellow triangles on the map. Upbeat groovy. Time to take this gamer girl out. R3 is instinctively like the look back button to me, even though I don't even know if it's the look back button in any game. It just is. Except in this game. This game is photo mode. Aki with the over-the-top nails. Over-the-top nails, huh? If I fits, I fits. Alright, do we get a team leader? Hope we get a team leader. Otherwise... yeah, I think this is gonna be my last race of the day here, guys. Toenails. One of them people with the super long, curly ones that have curled back on themselves that are just horrifying to even think about. Sorry for any of you people who may be eating right now who just had that mental picture thrust into your mind. Although nothing says Freebird quite like the Suzuki Cappuccino. That's... Alrighty, folks. I am too old to play video games for like 8 hours straight. There once was a time, probably like many of you guys watching this, who you could do that. But now I am old and decrepit and feeling like legendary tuna. I mean, it is about dinner time. Probably not gonna have a tuna sandwich. But anyways, I shall be back. I shall return at some future time in the future, which is an indeterminate amount of time into the future. But yeah, Tokyo Xtreme Racer gonna be live streaming it, going through the whole game, start to finish, doing the whole thing. So you know, if somehow you're a new viewer on YouTube, you do the old subscribe thing, hit the notification bell, all those, you know, YouTube bullcrap things. Otherwise, you know, just if you see a stream, cool. Sorry, you're gonna miss it. But these things will be more common in the future, and then also eventually, I know a lot of people are here to this channel because of sim racing and all that stuff, and that's what they want me to be doing, and maybe eventually down the road that is a goal. We kind of talked about it earlier, so if you want more thoughts, I think it's probably like 25 minutes into the live stream where we talked about that a little bit. But yeah, that's gonna be that. So anyways, thank you guys for coming out, and look forward to the next one, because by God, there's gonna be a next one. So, and you can actually trust that this time around. I'm not lying to you this time. Not that I was then, but you know. Anyways, thank you guys for coming out. Hope you guys enjoy.